All right, thanks, Bob. Great intro. Appreciate that. My name is Larry. Larry's a pretty good name for a 44-year-old man. You know, it's not really a great name for a baby. Like you look at a little baby and you're like, Larry. I don't know. Doesn't really fit. Larry's not really a popular name either. Like, you can Google your name and it'll tell you when it was popular. You can there's like a bar chart, line chart. So if your name's like Kimberly or Sarah or something like that, like it really popped in the early 80s and then kind of fell off. But Larry is just like a line on the bottom of the graph. It's never been popular. In fact, the only reason my name is Larry is because my dad's name is Larry. And the only reason his name is Larry is because his dad's name was Larry. So we're not making new Larrys, we're just making like replacement Larrys. Like, you have to have Larry bestowed upon you by another Larry. That's the only way to get it. Actually, I got good news for you guys. I have 2 daughters, no sons, so I have a spare Larry available. If anyone is interested, you can see me after the show. They're trying to sell it. No one's buying. They're trying to give it away. Can't even do that. So I will pay you to name your kid Larry on behalf of me. So I actually kind of feel bad now. You guys all know my name. I don't know any of your names. So if you guys want to take like 20 minutes, we can just go around the room really quick and just do like a round of introductions. Just like, I don't know, hobby, your name, how old you are, your sign, something like that. All right, we'll start up front right here. Just kidding. I do live in Kalamazoo. I'm from here. And I don't know if you guys have noticed in Kalamazoo, it seems like we have a lot of dentist offices. You guys notice this? Like every time they're building a new building, it's like, that's going to be a dentist office, I know it. I was driving down Center recently, and I saw there's a dentist office, and the name of the practice is called Creative Dentistry. Creative Dentistry. I don't know how creative I want my dentist to get, you know? Like, what are they doing to the teeth in this place? Like, I just want regular dentistry. Like, you go in and they got the tooth polish, you know, and usually they have bubble gum or mint, and they're like, actually we have like A1, Tabasco, barbecue sauce flavor. You're like, that's pretty creative. Or like, hey, I noticed you're not good at flossing your teeth. What do you think about filling in all those gaps and just doing like one continuous tooth right across the top and bottom? Like, that'd solve that problem. I'm like, pretty creative. This guy's good. Or you go in to get a cavity filled, and the guy comes in, he's like, what do you think about fangs? And you're like, I'm finding a new dentist. They're gonna have to change the name of that practice at some point to like, regular dentistry, no more weird shit, we promise. It's just regular dentistry. I don't know. I noticed signs for some reason. You guys ever see those signs? And they'll say like, we buy houses, any condition. Is that working? Is anyone getting off the highway and seeing a sign and thinking, you know what, today's the day. Today's the day I sell my house to the guy with a handwritten sign on a telephone. Like, I don't know, I don't think those signs are working. I do travel a lot, and I see signs in the airport too. One thing I noticed is in the airport bathrooms, there's a sign outside. They usually say like men's bathroom, women's bathroom, and right underneath that there's a little bit of braille. You know, a little bit of braille. Just touch that. And it's like, I think it's great. They put braille on the signs to help blind people know which bathroom to use, but how are they finding that sign, you know? Like, just walking through a 300,000 square foot airport, dragging their hand along the wall, hoping to God they come across a little 2-inch section of braille. No, of course not. We have people that'll help them through the airport. I think it's great as a society, we try to help people. So there's people that'll like help you get through the airport. And if you're a blind person and you need some help, there's someone at the airport that will help you. But then, like, why the braille, you know? Like, they're just sending people into the wrong bathroom. Do the blind people feel like they have to check before they walk in? They're like, nice try, buddy, almost got it. I think the helpers are like, are sick of the blind people touching their faces, you know? See that in TV shows where the blind person wants to like see what you look like, they like rub your face like this? I don't actually think that's real. I think they have like a group text thread going where they're like, I got 5 faces today. How many did you get? It's like, no one's going to stop them. You just stand there like, God, I can't wait for them to stop touching my face. But I feel like because they're blind, I should just put up with this temporarily. Like only a blind person can get away with that. Like a deaf guy can't stick his fingers down your throat to feel what you sound like, you know? Like, bring it in there, buddy. I can't quite feel those vocal cords moving. No, they're not allowed to do that. So, but we do help those folks out, and I think that's great. You know, we help out, we have charities, we have nonprofits, helping people with different disorders, different diseases. I think it's showing how advanced our society is, that people are willing to give their time, money, attention to help these folks. But there is one group of people that get no help and no one cares about. And that is people who suffer from hemorrhoids. Just a quick show of hands in the room here. Take a quick poll. Anyone suffer from hemorrhoids? Past, present? No? Exactly. I know some of you do. But you're doing what I did. That is suffering in silence. That's what we do. No one's having like a 5K for hemorrhoid awareness, you know? Wearing a brown ribbon for the hemorrhoid cure, you know? We gotta find that hemorrhoid cure. No one's doing that. Like, I promise you, if you get to the point where you have to like shove them back up in there, you gotta go see a doctor. I realize some of you are eating, I am sorry. You gotta see a doctor. Like, Preparation H is not going to do anything for you. Like, if your eyeball pops out of its socket, you can't just like rub Vaseline on it and be like, it's fine, that's gonna go back in. I'm good. No, that's all Preparation H is. It's just like extra spicy butthole Vaseline. That's it. It's not gonna cure anything. What you gotta do is you gotta go see Dr. Chen. That's who I went and saw. Dr. Chen is a good man. Took care of me. That's gotta be tough being a hemorrhoid doctor, you know? Like if you're a OBGYN or a pediatrician, you run into your doctor at the grocery store, you're like, oh, that's my kid's doctor. You should bring your kid to this doctor. They're great. Oh, this is the guy who delivered my baby. You know, if you want someone to deliver your baby, you should talk to this person. They're shaking hands, they're networking, they're giving hugs. It's great. Not with a hemorrhoid doctor. You see your hemorrhoid doctor at the store, it's like, God, I hope he doesn't see me. Like if you were at the grocery store with your buddy and you're like, oh, hey, Dr. Chen, how's it going? Your buddy's like, how do you know that guy? You're like, I don't fucking know that guy. It's like, you just called him Dr. Chen. And you're like, it was a lucky guess. Your buddy's like, I think that's racist. I don't think you should just be guessing like Asian guys are Dr. Chen, you know? And I'm like, and at that point, it's like, I have to decide, am I gonna be known as a racist or a guy who had hemorrhoids? Tough call at that point. So I was like, actually, that's how I ended up in the KKK, actually. I had to ride that one all the way to the end, and sadly, it ended with racism, but I'm trying to change from the inside. I work with a lot of younger folks, and they complain a lot about these housing prices we got these days. You guys seen this? Like, people complaining about the housing? I get it. Housing's expensive. But I always tell them, I'm like, look, what they don't understand is you have to get up off your lazy ass and get out there and go gentrify a neighborhood like your grandparents did, okay? It's actually a lot easier than you'd think it would be. All you have to do is go out and buy a bunch of like yellow rectangle signs and just write on them like, we buy houses, any condition, nail them up on some telephone poles, wait for the phone to ring. Next thing you know, you got yourself a whole neighborhood. All right, my name is Larry Zeblik. You guys have been great. Have an awesome night.